First up this Sunday evening, the Augusta Westland helicopter deal. CNN IBN has travelled to the home of a key middleman in that deal, Guido Haschke. That home on the Swiss-Italian border. Haschke appears to have gone underground. Here's our political editor, Europe, Sanjay Suri, from outside that home.
Do you have a forwarding address? Did you leave a forwarding address behind?
No.
Is there a phone number that he left for people to reach him?
No.
Okay. When did he go?
No idea.
Do you have a forwarding address? Did he leave a forwarding address behind?
No.
Is there a phone number that he left for people to reach him?
No.
Okay. When did he go?
No idea.
All right, so we just saw what was happening with Sanjay Suri outside that home. Sanjay, just getting you in there, the person on the other line, cryptic, saying they have absolutely no idea where this man is. What can you tell us?
Well, this is certainly where he used to live, and as we know, there was an order some time back for house arrest. It would appear that either he moved out or that he had to move out as a result of that house arrest order, and that he was physically detained or chose to be detained at a location other than the house where he used to live in. But very clearly, the neighbors there and other people in the area I spoke to knew of him well. He has been gone for some time, but certainly he has been in the news and people have their eye on that news. They know that he's a man who is in trouble with the authorities and has either been on the run or been detained. So people do know about him, but exactly where he is and where he will now figure in the judicial proceedings and the police proceedings to follow, that is, of course, something that we all have to watch out for.
And Sanjay, of course, this is just as a joint team of the CBI and Defence Ministry officials are going to be leaving for Italy to verify those allegations in the kickbacks as well. I believe they are, of course, going to be meeting Italian prosecutors. But just give us a sense as to how all of it is proceeding so far.
Well, the proceedings formally have ended at a point where Orsi was questioned by the prosecutor's office. That was earlier this week. Now the authorities have to assess how convincingly he made his case. He denied three main charges or accusations or allegations aimed at him. And the prosecutor's office is now going to examine and re-examine its evidence in the light of those charges. The CBI team is not going to be able to have direct access to these proceedings because, strictly speaking, they're a third party to the case, and it is only through some sort of a legal representation and a lawyer that they can indirectly hope to get some information and access.
Now, just in terms of Guido Haschke himself, there were reports in the Italian media, Sanjay, about how they found information on the hard drive of his computer that was even termed a Pandora's box, so to speak, in which there were details of appointments and meetings and those links with India. Anything you've sort of heard about that?
Well, there has been a lot of information gathered on Haschke, and that is in that 64-page Italian investigation report. They have the authorities discreetly or indiscreetly, I'm sure as he might see it, made recordings of conversations in which he confessed and in fact boasted of dealings, of receiving payments and of making payments.
Right.
So there is a good deal of evidence that they have on him. They have also found evidence, as you say, on his hard drives. And this is what is assembling the prosecution case. And it's a case that will implicate Orsi also because of the allegations and very firm allegations that it was Orsi who engaged Haschke. And
right.
Therefore, if to the extent that Haschke did something wrong, Orsi would be involved because Orsi would be the one who stands to gain from this.
Right. And Sanjay, of course, you are right outside Haschke's house, and the person on the other line really saying they have no idea where he is. Thanks a lot for getting us the latest from from that Swiss-Italy border. Now, the CNN-IBN investigation has also found more details about Christian Michel, who is named in the Italian probe report as one of the main beneficiaries to these payoffs. CNN-IBN's inquiry reveals his father, Michael Wolfgang, had huge interests in India and was very close to Congress leaders back in the 1990s. Our National Bureau Chief has more.
Serious questions are now being posed against Christian Michel, one of the main accused in this entire Italian probe in the Augusta-Westland deal. CNN-IBN has accessed details of all directors who go by the name of Christian Michel. Now, the only entry that came up on the Registrar of Companies website was of a man named Christian Michael James. Now, the DIN number, which is essential for any person holding any director's position in any company in the country, by that individual's name is 02657302. The date of birth, 12th of December 1961. What must be said here is that there is virtually nothing which is known about Christian Michel other than what has come out in the Italian probe and on earlier occasions a few items which have been reported in the Italian media. The one point which has been reported in the Italian media is his date of birth, and that corresponds with what we have found out here on the Registrar of Companies website. Christian Michel is no ordinary person. He's someone whose father, Michael Wolfgang, was an extremely influential person in the corridors of power in India in 80s and 90s. There are several intelligence officers who say that Michael Wolfgang was very, very close to several top Congress leaders in the 80s and 90s. And the reason why his son, Christian Michel, ended up getting involved in a lot of defense deals over the last 10 to 15 years is because of the kind of contacts which were built by his father. But where is Christian Michel? There is no clarity on that. Where is his father? There is no clarity on that. With Tyagis outrightly denying all charges, questions now are bound to be posed against Christian Michel as well.